Now, this next story, we're going to get to some fun shit. Don't worry. But this next one is something that we need to address as well. It was brought to us by Jimmy last show, but it's super important that we talk about it. So I'm sorry to keep hitting you with the real shit. I'm sure y'all have heard that in Texas, between the AG and the governor, they've put out a declaration that pediatric gender affirming procedures, they call it child abuse. So reported directly from CNN, the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton declared gender affirming surgery procedures in children and prescribing drugs that affect puberty to be considered child abuse. There's no doubt that these procedures are abuse under Texas law and thus must be halted. Greg Abbott, in response to this opinion, directed the DFPS Commissioner Jamie Masters to conduct a prompt and thorough investigation of any reported instances of these abusive procedures in the state of Texas. Here's all I can really say about this situation, and I feel like I kind of have to, especially, I claim my Texas roots a lot. That doesn't mean you don't get fucking disappointed or infuriated in the same way that you have a family member that you might love on the one hand, but want to punch in the fucking face on another. This is absolutely disgusting. There's a special place in hell for both Abbott and this AG. I am terrified for the LGBTQ youth, specifically the trans youth of Texas right now. And if there's anybody that's watching this that's from Texas, you have got to get out as soon as possible. Until if this ever gets fixed, this is not good, because the other thing that scares me, part of this, they have to also report if they hear anything about any of these kids potentially, talking about their gender like that or anything. They have to report. I'm scared of a lot of the very close-minded, violent parents that aren't going to take that well, and then their kids are going to be in actual danger. So, Jay, what do you think, man?
First off, we have to start rephrasing something, and by that it's get out of Texas, because here's the problem. I think we've stated it before. If people, and I understand we're talking about children in this case. I understand that. But if people keep leaving that can eventually vote to help change who gets in office to inevitably change the laws, if these people keep leaving, then you end up having this situation stuck like this. It is very, look, what more can be said about how fucked up it is? Let's just be realistic and honest. There's no other words to put it. It's, you know what it is. It's the same fucked up thing as what's happening in Florida with them passing the Don't Say Gay bill. There's no other words to say beside what it is. The fact of the matter remains, you are looking at white supremacy, because that's what this is, do its last ditch effort to hold on to whatever bastion of power that it can hold on to. Yeah. That is why you have a DeSantis doing the dumb shit in Florida. You have a Texas doing what Texas is doing. You got the other southern states, a lot of them are following suit as well. Right. But it is up to, literally, this is why, you stated it when we were talking about the situation with Kim Potter and Dante Wright about the judges you vote for when elections come up. This is why paying attention to who you put in office matters. There are a lot of people who've said, when we talked about, what was it, Kentucky, I think it was. Where is that where Mitch McConnell is from, Kentucky?
I'm not sure. I can Google it.
Whichever state McConnell's from, it's the third lowest education rate. And I use that as an example because some people say, no matter what, I won't vote for the other party, regardless of their platform. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so you have people.
Yeah, he's from Kentucky. You had it right.
Yeah. So you have people in Texas and Florida who will vote for Abbott and all his cronies and DeSantis and all his cronies and won't change their mind because they refuse to vote for a Democrat by any means, by whatever it is. It doesn't matter. And so when they're stuck in these situations, now they're like, oh, this is fucked up. But a lot of these residents are to blame for that when you don't want to change your mindset because you're so stuck on that. You get what I'm saying? Not just saying they're not saying they're the reason for all the bad shit that happens, but it's like the elected officials that make these laws and these, bills and things like that, they're only put in the office because of the people who vote in for them. And again, people are like, I'm not going to vote for a Democrat no matter what, even though the Democrat, and I'm not saying either political side is better, by the way. I want to make sure I clarify that. But it's just people are always voting against their better interest.
Yeah, I would honestly say at this particular juncture, one is certainly better than the other, but it's the same thing we said about Biden versus Trump, bro. Biden was definitely a better option than Trump, but this nigga pissing me off. I'm just being real, bro. I'm just being honest. But beyond all that, I understand what Jimmy said. Jimmy said, no, don't leave, because if you leave, they win. I understand that sentiment. I think the big difference here, what scares me, is this is a direct attack on children. And that's where I'm a little more like, for the sake of the parents of these youth that are the ones being kind of attacked in that regard, like the fact that, like, if you have someone that's going through that and is trying to sort all that out with themselves at a young age and whatnot, and then all of a sudden they have supportive parents, but then the parents get ripped away from them. Now they're thrown in the system or anything else that could potentially happen. That's what scares me more. I get that. You know what I mean? That's more my concern, Jimmy. I think when it's grown-ass adults and they're trying to come from me, then I'll fucking plant my feet and be like, we're not going to stand for this bullshit. But I can't imagine an 8-year-old that gets fucked up over this bullshit just because of who they are. That's what scares me. But I digress. I would
do this every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. All full episodes exclusively available on Twitch for the month of February. www.twitch.tv/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.